Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ifoma. In today's video we're going to be making this beautiful kimono jacket with two sides pockets. So if this looks like what you're interested in, keep watching and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. So to begin, these are all the measurements you'll be needing. Your together shoulder measurements, which is 30 inches. The bust, which is 38 inches, the original bust. We are going to add 4 inches allowance to it, and that is how we got this 42 inches. You know, it's a very full jacket. Then the hip, 39 inches, but we added 4 inches as well, and it gave us 43 inches. Your length, the length of the jacket, and you also be needing your round sleeve. So the round sleeve I'm working with is 40, but we're going to add extra to 3 inches, which is going to make it 17. Okay, so the round sleeve plus allowance 17 inches. Okay, so having gotten that, let's dive into the video. So the first thing we are going to do is we are going to cut the back first. Okay, and to cut the back, we are going to start with imputing our measurement. The first measurement we are going to input is our shoulder measurement, which is 30 inches. Okay, it's supposed to be 32 inches, but with minus 2 inches band we are going to add to the sleeve, so we are going to cut it with 30 inches. So to get it, we are going to get our fold, because this our fabric is on fold. Okay, so to get our fold, we are going to divide our shoulder measurement by 2, which is going to give us 15 inches. Okay, so we are going to fold our fabric with 15 inches. Alright, so when we have gotten our fabric fold, which is 15 inches, the next thing we are going to do is to mark 15 inches for our shoulder. Okay, we are going to mark 15 inches, and then we are going to come down by 1 inch as the shoulder slant, and from there we are going to divide our sleeve, which is 17 inches by 2. 17 inches divided by 2 is going to be 8.5. Okay, and then we are going to add a 1 inch sewing allowance to it. Okay, so having gotten that, the next thing we are going to take is our bust measurement. We are going to divide our bust measurement by 4, and our bust measurement is 42 inches divided by 4 is going to give us 10.5 inches, right? So we are going to mark 10.5 inches here. Okay, this is the end of the hand, and this is where we are going to mark our 10.5 inches, and we are going to add a 1 inch sewing allowance. Then we are going to connect it like this with an angle to the sleeve. Okay, so the next thing we are going to take is our hip measurement. Okay, so on our hip line we are going to impute our hip measurement, and our hip measurement is 43. We are going to divide 43 by 4. So 43 divided by 4 is going to give us 11.2. Okay, so when we input that 11.2, we are going to add a 1 inch allowance to it, and we are going to connect as so. Okay, and we are going to connect with a straight line, shape it out a little, and then join to the armhole. So the next measurement we are going to take is our length. Okay, and our length here is 39 inches, so we're going to mark 39 inches, but we're going to add a 2 inches folding allowance to it. Okay, which is going to give us 41 inches. So we're just going to mark 41 inches at the hem, and we're going to connect like so. Okay, so this is how it's going to look. The down is going to be in an A-line form. It's not going to be a pencil, it's going to be in an A-line form. Okay, so coming to the neck, remember that this is the back point part that we are cutting first. So coming to the neck, the depth we are going to use for the neck is going to be 1 inch. All right, because it's a kimono jacket and the back is often high. Okay, and the width we are going to use is 3 inches. So we are going to connect like so, and then we are going to connect this 1 inch we came down with at the shoulder slant. We're going to connect it to the neckline. So when we have achieved that, we're just going to cut like this. this is what we have after we cut out the back part. Now we're simply going to fold our fabric into two, and we are going to trace, sorry, for the front, we're simply going to fold our fabric into two, and we're going to place the back part we already cut. We're going to place it on top and just trace it out. Okay. So when we are done, this is the neck and this is the back we have marked before. So now I'm just going to cut it out together, the front and the back together. And after I was done doing that, I'm going to separate it. Okay, this is the front, this is the back, and this is the front. So we're now going to work on the front alone. Okay, so to get the front opening, what we're going to do is we're going to minus 1.5 from the neck down to the hem. Okay, so we're just going to minus 1.5 like this while it's still on fold. So we're just going to connect it like so, and when we get to the next side, so this is the length, this is the shoulder line. Okay, so we are going to connect this 1.5 we marked from down here. We're going to connect it from the shoulder. We're going to measure 16 inches, which is the half length, which is the underbust of the client. So we're going to take 16 inches, and then we are going to mark a straight line on the 16 inches, and then from there we are going to connect this 1.5 inches to this shoulder, so that the back and the front shoulder is going to be equal. Okay, you can mark this with a ruler, you can mark it without a ruler. You can just simply mark it with your hand like this. So when you are done doing that, you're just going to cut out. Right, so this is the front and this is the back. Okay, so having gotten this, the next thing we are going to do, so this is the fabric we are using for the band, both the hand band and the neck band. This is the fabric we are going to be using. So we are going to cut out 5 inches of this fabric. Okay, so these 5 inches we are cutting out, I'm going to join these two for the round neck, and we are going to use this one for the sleeve. Okay, so we're just go to my I'm just quickly going to join these two together, with my machine, and then I'm going to press it. Okay, if I join it together, I'm going to fold it into two like this, and I'm also going to fold this one into two for the sleeve. Okay, I'm going to quickly go to my ironing table and do that, then we'll get back to the video. After I was done ironing it, this is what it looks like. Okay, so I ironed it. So now you can decide to put an interface into this, or whether a cloth gum or a hairstay, anything you want to make it thicker. But for the sake of this video, I am not putting anything to this, and this fabric is actually a very thick one. So this is it. I folded it into two after I joined. This one is for the neck and this one is for the sleeve. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is to start working on the cloth. Okay, so the first thing we are going to do is to join the shoulder of the cloth. We are going to join the back to the front and the shoulder. Okay, and we are going to join it with 0.5 inches. So this is me just pinning it down. So I'm just going to go over to my sewing machine and join here using 0.5 inches. So this is what it looks like after I was done joining the two shoulder. So the next thing I'm going to do is to look for the center of the back neck. Okay, I'm just going to notch the center of the back neck. Like this. So when I was done notching it, this is the band for the center, for the neck. Okay, this is the joining, and this joining here is the center, right? So I'm going to place this notch here and make sure that this joining here is exactly equal to this notch. They are in the same line. Then I'm going to pin it down. Okay, so I'm going to sew it down like this. I'm going to join this band. If I get to the hem, I'm going to come back to this side and do the same thing for this side. So after I was done with that, I'm also going to do the same thing for the sleeve. I'm going to divide the sleeve into two. Then I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm just going to join the sleeve. Join this band to the sleeve. Alright, so I'm going to do the same thing for this one. I'm going to join this one to the other side of the sleeve. So after I was done joining it, this is what it looks like. Okay, this is it. I've joined the sleeve and I've also joined for the neck. So the next thing I'm going to do is to sew the pocket, and to do that I've already cut out two pieces of fabric that I'm going to use for the pocket, and they measure 12 inches by length. After I fold it, it's going to be 10 inches by length, and then 8 inches by width. After I fold the two sides, it's going to be 8 inches by width. Okay, so I'm just going to fold this pocket. I'm going to use my iron and fold this pocket, and then I'm going to show us what it looks like after folding it and how we are going to sew it on this. So this is what the pocket looks like after I was done folding it. Okay, this is it. This is it. And then we are going to attach it on our jacket. Okay, and the measurement we are going to use to sew this to our jacket, we are going to use 20 inches. Okay, now this measurement is totally dependent on the length of your client, on the height of your client. Okay, so this is 20 inches, and I'm just going to pin this. So I'm going to do the same thing for this other side. We're just going to go over to our sewing machine, and then we're going to sew it these three ways, these three corners. I'm going to sew here, I'm going to sew here, I'm going to sew here. This is what the pocket looks like when I was done. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to shape the jacket. Okay, so I'm going to shape it using the 1 inch we left when we were cutting it as the allowance. So I'm just going to shape it using 1 inch down to the hem. Then after we are done shaping it, we are going to fold the hem with 2 inches. Okay, I'm going to use 2 inches to fold the hem. Okay, so I also cut out 2 strands of fabric. This is going to be used for the rope. Okay, I'm just going to fold it like this. I'm going to fold it like this, the two of them. So when I was done doing that, this is what I have. Okay, I folded this. Okay, and then I've also folded the rope. So I'm going to go up